welcome. Today I'm going to be doing for you a long overdue recipe for my version of garlic pork. Now I did the Guyanese version and a lot of people disagreed with me that that was not the way to make it, but I still tried. So this is going to be my take on this popular dish. So here I have 1 pound of pork pieces that I had already washed, and I did use that vinegar and I washed the lime just to give it that slight vinegar taste, but trust me, you're not going to taste it in this recipe. The other ingredients, you're going to need some sliced garlic, and you're going to need plenty of it. Some scallions chopped, green seasoning. You'll need some Chinese seasoning salt, and I'm using the JGM brand. If you're using the Chief brand, I suggest you use half the amount that I'm using. You'll need some hot peppers and pimento peppers to taste, and the hot peppers, it's optional, but make sure you put the pimento peppers, and black pepper to taste. So now let's get started on seasoning our pork. So to the pork, I'm going to start off by adding black pepper. And now you'll notice that I'm not adding any additional salt in this recipe because that Chinese seasoning has salt. And add in the peppers, the Chinese seasoning salt, the green seasoning, scallions, and all of that garlic. Now I didn't mention this, but I'm just going to grate in a little piece of fresh ginger. Mix to combine. Next, cover this and store it in your refrigerator for a couple of hours or overnight. Okay, so the garlic pork has finished marinating. I'm going to add some oil to a warm pot. I have my pot on medium low. You don't want it to be screaming hot. So once the oil heats up, you're going to add in the pork. The other ingredients I have here, which is sweet peppers, onions, scallions, and I have some sesame oil. This will go in the end. Okay, when you put in the pork, give it a mix. And we're going to be cooking this pork on very low. 1, we want it to take its time and cook. And 2, we do not want that garlic to burn. Because when you burn the garlic, it's going to taste bitter. So you want to make sure your heat is on low now. I'm not going to put any water to help this cook. I'm going to let that steam actually cook the pork. So I'm putting it on very low. And I'm covering it. Trapping that steam in here, which will allow that pork to cook. Now if you think that inside there is very dry, you could add about 1/4 to 1/2 cup of water. Okay, so I just removed the cover and I checked the pork and it's already tender. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crank that heat to medium high so that some of that water, some of that liquid in there can dry up. Now if you wanted to, you could leave this with that gravy. But I actually want this to dry down because I want to serve it as a cutters or as appetizer. Okay, so the pork is almost where I want it to be. I'm going to add in that sweet peppers and the sliced onions together with a drizzle of sesame oil. Put in some scallions and give this a mix. Now you'll notice as you're mixing this, you'll notice that all of the garlic has cooked down and you're not going to see much of that garlic again in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a few slices of garlic to this, because when you're going to serve this, people are not going to know that it's garlic pork. So you need to let that garlic show. And you don't have to worry that it's not going to cook, because the heat from the pork is going to make that garlic cook as long as you slice it thin. So just leave this in here for 2 more minutes and then this will be ready. Then you go ahead and you taste it for salt and adjust your salt accordingly. And this will be ready to serve. So here you have it, my garlic pork recipe. I can't wait for you guys to try this. This version is so much better than that other version that I have on my channel. So if you make it, let me know down below what you think. Make sure to try it with any other type of meat that you would like if you don't eat pork. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all another day with another one of my recipes. Enjoy!